Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's the month of November and our second to last episode of season 3 of our Budget Builds monthly series. So without further ado, let's see what kind of system we're building out in this month's episode. So before we get too far into the video, just want to outline what Budget Builds Monthly is. In case you've seen this before or you're new to the channel, welcome. Let's check out what Budget Builds Monthly is all about. Posting the first Monday of every month, I review your budget request submitted via the Google form down in the description below. Using this information and PCPartPicker, I tried to build the best bang for the buck PC within your budget, considering any constraints or platform preferences you may have. We usually make 4 builds, 2 AMD and 2 Intel, using either DDR4 or DDR5. We also check for deals on Micro Center and Newegg to see if we can modify the build to create a better PC within your budget. If possible, we also take a look at the used marketplace too. Next, we compare each build using online benchmarks and list out the pros and cons of the top options. This helps us figure out which build is best for you. And don't forget, we can't do any of this without your input. Speaking of the input, let's see how we fill out the Budget Builds request form. Now, a quick disclaimer to go with this: Budget Builds will be as close or slightly over the budget due to parts and availability, as well as sales going on at the recorded time. In case you forgot or you're new to the channel, this is how we fill out the Budget Builds request form. For your privacy, we do not collect your Google information. Just don't worry about that. You actually don't have to sign in. Budget builds do not include taxes, fees, or Windows keys unless specifically asked otherwise. Budgets will be in USD. Now, form factor preference, this will determine case size, as in this is the motherboard size we're going to pick. If you want a mini ITX motherboard, we will go with a mini ITX case, unless you want us to get a micro ATX motherboard and then a specific case size, just put here in other. For CPU and GPU preferences, if you want us to build an Intel only system or an AMD only system, and same thing for their graphics cards. If you have any other preferences or requests when it comes to CPU or GPU, like an Intel GPU, just put it here in the other category. Areas of focus just covers the hierarchical standpoint of how we're going to build out the system and spread that budget. If you want us to focus first on your CPU, then your motherboard, maybe your graphics card, we're just going to put the budget more focused towards those. Focus first, and then focus last. We'll just grab some generic and placeholder items for you, the user, to actually pick out later on. For already purchased our own system components, if you already have a power supply or a case or anything like storage, just put it here. Just specify specifically what you have, just so we can work that into the build and we don't have to worry about putting money towards something in that budget that you already have. No sense in buying 2 PC cases if you can just use the one you already have. For peripherals, if you are requesting any, like a mouse, a keyboard, a monitor, a headset, just press on the peripheral, and then the other just request what kind. For example, if you want a 1440p monitor, just hit monitor and then press 1440p in here. And then other request, no RGB, or anything else you want us to know, just press in the other and then hit submit. And that pretty much concludes filling out the Google form. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Alright, with all of that out of the way, let's check out what kind of system we're building out in this month's episode. This user has a budget of $750 USD, wants a gaming type of system, no form factor preference, GPU, CPU preferences, focusing first on that graphics card, then your CPU and so forth. No already purchased our own system components, no peripherals, and requesting RGB, but not at the cost of performance. So $750 is kind of a tight budget when it comes to DDR4 and DDR5 builds, but I'm sure we can probably get something, and we don't have to get any peripherals, so all the money can go towards our CPU, GPU, motherboard, all of our parts needed. So let's go ahead, let's build a template build and go from there. start things off, we got our crucial P3 Plus 1TB SSD. We could probably drop this down to a 500GB if needed. For a case, we get the Dark Rock EC2 ATX mid-tower case. This is more of a placeholder, but it is nice as it does have a tempered glass side panel and mesh front, so it's good for airflow. Fortunately, there is no case fans included, and our builds don't actually include case fans, as this case is a placeholder, so you can actually swap it out with a case that does come with fans. And then for power supply, we got the ASRock Challenger 750 watt 80 plus gold ATX power supply. This is around the same price as a 650 watt, and I think a couple bucks cheaper than 850 watts, so it's good middle ground. Probably not going to need the full 750 watts, but it's better to have them, not need them, than need them and not have them. Sitting us at $196.79 with a $10 mail-in rebate. And then if we purchase a graphics card, we got the RX 9060 XT. This is actually better off than the RTX 3060 at that same price. If you want better performance for that price, it's always best to look in the used market. This episode, we're not going to look into it, but it's just something to take a look at. Now with the graphics card, we're at $476.96. So we're a little bit up there, but we are focusing first on the graphics card like the user requested. To start things off, we're going to start with Intel and see if we can do both DDR4 and DDR5. Intel DDR4, we got the i5-14400F. It's a 10-core, 16-thread, 2.5 GHz boosted to 4.7. We could possibly see about swapping this out with a better gaming-oriented CPU, but we are on a little bit tighter budget. It's not that bad. For motherboard, we got the Asus B760M Micro ATX LGA 1700 motherboard on Wi-Fi, so Wi-Fi is a plus. Then we got a single stick of Corsair Vengeance LPX 8GB DDR4 3000 CL16. Now most people say to go dual channel memory. Because you have a single stick, down the line you can spend another $37 and get another stick rather than sacrificing CPU performance or storage at the moment. This thing you can just add on. Storage is kind of hard to add on and swap, so it's actually better off this way. And then our storage, video card case, and power supply sitting from our template build, 7 cents under our budget, which is perfect. Now this makes it a little bit more difficult to do a DDR5 build, but an Intel DDR5 build has the same CPU, storage, video card case, and power supply as before, but this time we went with the ASRock B760M Wi-Fi Micro ATX LGA1700 motherboard and the Patriot Viper Venom 16GB kit of DDR5 6000 CL36. We could probably drop the RAM down, but we are in a tighter budget because of that motherboard, and this one is around $42.93 over our initial budget. So it is possible to do a DDR5 build, but we are over that budget because of the motherboard and the memory. Moving over to our AM4 build, we got the Ryzen 7 5800 XT. It's an 8-core, 16-thread, 3.8 GHz boosted to 4.8. Got that same memory, storage, video card case, and power supply from before, but we got the ASRock B550 Phantom Gaming ATX AM4 motherboard with Wi-Fi. This one is $16.93 over our budget, but we are sacrificing a little bit here as a step down in CPU is only $3 cheaper. And then a step down from that CPU is $3 cheaper from that. So we will be sacrificing plenty of performance if we want to save that $17. Or you could swap out this motherboard with a non-Wi-Fi motherboard and save some money there. But ultimately you will be spending that money in a PCIe Wi-Fi card instead. So I just wanted to see if we could do an AM5 build. This is our AMD Ryzen 5 8500G, 6-core, 12-thread, 4.1 GHz boosted to 5.0. We got the ASRock A620AM Wi-Fi Micro ATX AM5 motherboard, and that 16GB kit of DDR5 from our Intel build, storage, video card case, and power supply, all from the previous builds from then, sitting at $785.44, or $35.44 over that budget. Now this is the only CPU that we can get that has an included cooler. If you were to drop this down, we can't, because that is the only CPU we can get within this budget. So unfortunately, you can't really do an AM5 build. But with the budgets that we have, why don't we take a look at Micro Center builds, see if we can do some bundle deals, and see if it's worth swapping it out or just comparing our CPUs and go from there. So for Intel, we have $270.97 for DDR4, $273.97 for DDR5, or $315.97 over our budget total for DDR5. So to quickly explain that, if we go over our budget and use the same amount of money that we have for this, we are currently $315.97 over our budget if we take the CPU, motherboard, and memory, plus the difference between $750 budget and $792.93. So if we click on Intel, we can see that there seems to be nothing in the $200 to $300 range and nothing for $315. Remember, we have to get a CPU, motherboard, and RAM. We also need a cooler. Some of these CPUs actually come with coolers, but none of the more high-end ones. So unfortunately, there is no upgrades for Intel. How about AMD? So with AMD, we have $289.97 or $273.48 for AM5 or $309 for over budget. So we'll start with the $273, $309. All right, I don't see anything. And then $289.97 gets us this Ryzen 5 7600X B650E. This is an AM5 combo, by the way. So if we click on it, we have the CPU and the motherboard. Now the thing with this CPU is it doesn't come with a heatsink, and this build doesn't come with RAM. So let's say we wanted to add a 32 gig kit of G-Skill RAM. It seems like it's extra and not actually discounted with the overall budget. I did swap this out for a 16 gig kit of G-Skill Flare X5 RAM, and it's just added, it's not actually discounted. So there's no triple bundle deal, it's just these two, this is what you get, plus the RAM. So unless you're able to get DDR5 RAM on the cheaper side, and a cooler for 30 bucks, we don't really have that much money to work with. Because this is 230 and it's 289. So for around 50, 60 bucks, can we get RAM and a heatsink? It's possible, we could probably pick up a $20 heatsink, but I don't know about $40 RAM. And at that point, you're better off spending a little bit more money to get the actual components. So let's pop in our CPUs of what we can get and let's compare them. Alright, here is our Intel i5 14400F from our DDR4 and DDR5 build, Ryzen 7 5800 XT from our AM4 build, Ryzen 5 8500G from our AM5 build, and that upgraded Ryzen 5 7600X. So given this list, we can see that the Ryzen 5 8500G, it's not worth it, so we're going to remove that. And here we have things finalized out. Now, if you look at the CPU mark percentage, the Ryzen 5 7600X and the Ryzen 7 5800 XT are only a 1% difference, or a 14% difference in single thread rating. Now, I know we're talking about gaming here, but when it comes to new builds, I always suggest upgrading to the latest DDR5 because we have a little bit of money to work with if you can. Now, if you want to spend all the money up front to buy the entire build, then it is a little bit more difficult. I would go for the Ryzen 7 5800 XT because it's a better gaming focused CPU. Now, the i5 14400F gives you the ability to do DDR4 or DDR5 because if you buy the CPU first and then later down the line you find a nice motherboard on the cheaper side or on sale, you could just buy that instead, and then same thing with the RAM. If you go with the Ryzen 7 5800 XT and you wanted to go AM5 later on, you have to do an entire different upgrade path. So honestly, the choice is up to you. I would stick with either the i5 14400F or the Ryzen 7 5800 XT if you just wanted a buy now gaming support. But if you wanted to spend a little bit more, go for the Ryzen 5 7600X. So our clear winner is the i5 14400F or the Ryzen 7 5800 XT. Now all of these links will be in the description below. So that brings us to the end. User, I hope we built out these systems to your liking or specifications. Everyone else, thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to like if you like this, if you dislike it, comment and subscribe, fill out that Google form, and I'll see you all in the next video.